News tonight. President Tinubu nominates former Chief of Defense Staff Christopher Musa as new Defense Chief. Adebayo Adedamola emerges to Raki's fraction PDP candidate for Osun governorship election, a state leadership fought exercise. And court grants Omoyele Sowore bail, bars him from inciting public against President Tinubu. And on the foreign scene, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky says Russia's President Putin can't lie forever. Good evening. This is News at 7 on Western Spring Television. I am Femi Ojo. We begin with security matters as President Bola Tinubu has nominated Christopher Musa as the new Minister of Defense. His nomination was contained in a letter President Tinubu conveyed to the President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio. Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, disclosed Musa's nomination in a statement he issued this afternoon. In the letter, President Tinubu expressed confidence in General Musa's ability to lead the Ministry of Defense and further strengthen Nigeria's security architecture. His nomination came a day after Mohammed Badaru Abubakar resigned as Nigeria's defense minister. Musa, who will turn 58 on December 25, served as Chief of Defense Staff from 2023 until October 2025 when the President relieved him of the job. The former Chief of Defense Staff, who was cited at the Presidential Villa on Monday, December 1, had a private meeting with the President at the State House a few hours before Badaru's resignation. In the meantime, President Bola Tinubu has officially unveiled the 2026 Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration emblem and appeal fund at the council chambers of the Aso Rock Presidential Villa in Abuja. Today's ceremony marks the annual kickoff of nationwide fundraising and awareness activities in honor of fallen heroes and veterans. It also leads up to the Armed Forces Remembrance Day on January 15, 2026. The ceremony drew top security chiefs, including the Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbedun, the Chief of Air Staff Sunday Aneke, and the Chief of Defense Intelligence Emmanuel Mudiante. 3 officials from the office of Abia State Governor Alex Oti were attacked by unidentified gunmen today in Owerri, the capital of Imo State. The incident took place between Umuoha and Ihite Junction, just a few kilometers from Sam Mbakwe Airport. The assailants, believed to be fleeing gunmen, opened fire on the vehicle transporting the governor's aide near the airport corridor. In a statement this morning, the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Njoku Ukoha, clarified that the officials targeted were part of an advance team and not the governor's convoy. He added that Governor Oti was not involved in the incident and no lives were lost. And up north, Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf today visited Sanyawa and Shanu local government areas of the state to assess the security situation following recent bandit attacks on communities. The governor, who was accompanied by heads of security agencies in the state and top government officials, described the attacks as unacceptable, assuring residents that his administration would deploy all necessary measures to end the menace. Addressing troops stationed in the affected areas, the governor pledged full government support, including welfare, logistics, and resources needed to restore peace and protect lives. He also condoled with the families of those killed during the attacks and expressed optimism that the victims currently in captivity would soon regain their freedom. The Kano governor also visited the Joint Task Force operational base in Sanyawa local government area, assuring security personnel of his administration's continued support in tackling emerging threats in the area. And in the National Assembly, the House of Representatives has urged the federal government to immediately apprehend and prosecute the armed man who ambushed and killed 5 police officers on Saturday in Sabun Sara, Darazo Genjua Federal Constituency of Bauchi State. The officers, the DSP Ahmad Muhammad, ASP Mustafa Muhammad, Inspector Amarel Yunusa, Inspector Idris Ahmed, and Corporal Isa Mwazo were attacked during a security operation in the area. Two other officers, Inspector Isa Musa and Inspector Yusuf Gambo, sustained injuries. And moving the motion, Honorable Mansour Soro, who represent the constituency, said the killings occurred while the officers were carrying out lawful duties. He also stressed the importance of institutional support, adding that support for officers killed or injured in the line of duty is essential for sustaining the morale and operational effectiveness of the Nigerian police force. Adopting the motion through a voice vote, the House called on the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, the Police Trust Fund, and the Northeast Development Commission to provide immediate palliatives and support to the families.
Commend the government of Osun State under the able leadership of Governor Gov.Makinde, CON, around Bauchi, for its security strategies that keep Osun State free of banditry and other non-state actors over the last 6 years, and indeed for its swift response to the Sabon Sara attack. Mr. Speaker, cognizant that demonstrating institutional support for officers killed or injured in the line of duty is essential to sustaining the morale and operational effectiveness of the Nigerian police.
Your prayers, please.
The House resolved as follows. 1. Commiserate with the families of the deceased and injured officers, the Nigerian police, and the government of Osun State by a separate condolence letters. 2. Urge the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, the Police Trust Fund, and the Northeast Development Commission, NEDC, to provide palliative and welfare support to the affected families, including financial relief and educational support for the children of the fallen officers. Number 3, call in the Inspector General of Police to expedite the payment of statutory entitlements and insurance benefit, and to ensure full medical care for the injured officers. Number 5, task the Director General DSS and the Inspector General of Police to see to the immediate arrest and prosecution of all individuals involved in the ambush in order to restore public confidence and deter future attacks on security personnel.
And in the Red Chamber, amid renewed national security challenges, the Senate has announced a major shakeup of several standing committees, fulfilling its earlier pledge to reconstitute the Committee on National Security and Intelligence. Under the new arrangement, Senator Yahaya Abdullahi is now named chairman of the Senate Committee on National Security and Intelligence. The Senate Committee on Air Force has also been altered, with Senate Minority Whip Osita Ngwu of Enugu State taking over as acting chairman. The Parliament also restructured the Committee on Livestock and Animal Husbandry, appointing Senator Shehu Buba of Bauchi State as its new chairman. In a related adjustment, Senator Mustafa Musa from Yobe State has been appointed chairman of the Committee on National Planning. The reconstitution, according to the Chamber's leadership, is part of efforts to strengthen its oversight and improve response, particularly to emerging national security issues.
The Committee on Selection met, and the new chairman of the Senate Committee on Livestock and Animal Husbandry is the distinguished Senator Shehu Buba, and the committee chairman on National Intelligence and National Security is the distinguished Senator Abdullahi Yahaya, CON. Am I right? Or do I give you a bigger title? Then we have acting chairman on Committee on Air Force, the distinguished Senator Osita Ngwu. Then the committee chairman on national planning will be distinguished Senator Mustafa. Distinguished Senator Musa Mustafa, you will now be the new chairman on Committee on National Planning. I will give you the composition of your members with the vice tomorrow.
The Senate has passed through second reading the National Emergency Toll Service Net Establishment Bill 2025. The bill, sponsored by Senator Abdulaziz Musa Aradua, Katsina Central, seeks to create a uniform, accessible, and rapid emergency response system through a dedicated 3-digit toll-free number available nationwide. The proposed legislation, which received overwhelming backing, also empowers the Nigerian Communications Commission (NCC) to serve as a regulatory authority for the service, with the aim of strengthening coordination in emergency response across the country.
Bill seeks to provide for a nationwide toll-free emergency number that will aid the implementation of a national system of reporting emergencies and for other related matters. An emergency telephone number is typically a 3-digit number that can be easily remembered and dialed quickly. Emergency numbers are needed in life-threatening situations. They can also be used to report emergencies of various types, such as road accidents, fire, burglary, medical emergencies, and so on. Emergency telephone lines are set up in a way that once a call is made, it must be answered by either a dedicated telephone operator, a computer-aided call handling system, or an emergency service dispatch trained to control the calls in order to provide help to others. The Federal Capital Territory, Osun State, and some other states of the Federation have different emergency numbers. The presence of multiple emergency numbers in Nigeria has been identified as an impediment to getting accelerated emergency response during emergency situations. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, the bill essentially seeks to establish an efficient and effective emergency response system. Calls or text messages sent to the emergency numbers will land at the nearest public safety emergency public and dispatching the same to appropriate response agencies who will respond to the needs of callers. The proposed 112 toll-free national emergency line is easier to learn, remember, and dial. It will save a lot of Nigerians the stress of having to and management network service providers. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I hereby urge you to support the second reading of this important.
Here in Osun State, the Kabiru Turaki-led People's Democratic Party (PDP) National Working Committee held on the scheduled primary as Adebayo Adedamola emerged as the party's candidate for the 2026 governorship election in the state, despite the declaration by the PDP chairman Sunday BC that the primary would not hold. However, controversy trailed the exercise as the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, alongside other PDP lawmakers, stormed the venue of the election process at Adulak Event Hall, Osogbo, the state capital, to invalidate the process. Toby Sanusi was there in our report.
Despite the announcement by the chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Osun State, Sunday BC, that the scheduled governorship primary election would not be held today, the Kabiru Turaki-led faction of the party went ahead with the primary as Adebayo Adedamola emerged the party's governorship candidate in the 2026 governorship election.
The candidate that got the remaining of the Adebayo, 919 votes.
The PDP primary was attended by alleged party delegates and conducted by the Electoral Committee led by Humphrey Harbour, while the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, also monitored the process. Despite announcing his resignation from the party yesterday, the name of the Osun State Governor, Ademola Adeleke, appeared on the ballot paper for the PDP governorship primary as the secretary of the committee, Sunday Sholari, revealed that the governor and Mr. Adebayo were the only two aspirants. However, a few hours later, the Speaker of the Osun State House of Assembly, Adewale Egbedun, alongside some other lawmakers, stormed the venue of the primary election at Adulak Event Hall in Osogbo, the Osun State capital, to disrupt the process which had been concluded before their arrival. The Speaker alleged that there was no notification about the primary election, describing the process as a drama that would not be accepted.
The truth is, they are not notified. I'm the Speaker of Osun State. I'm a leader in my state, and I'm a leader in the party. who were at the floor of the house when we received the call that some people are here. They came all the way from your state just to have what we can call a drama in the state. I'm the leader of PDP. I'm the owner of PDP. Remember, I used PDP ticket to win my election in 2023. So it's very strange to see videos of people calling themselves PDP members from Osun State. They are not PDP members. They are not delegates. Eventually, we received an Instagram message that the Congress has been postponed. Now today, they came all the way from your state.
While expressing displeasure over the primary conducted, Mr. Egbedun issued a stern warning to the Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde not to use Osun State as a tool to promote his presidential ambition.
If Governor Seyi Makinde is desperate to become president come 2027, he should use another state as a tool, not Osun State. We are PDP members, bona fide PDP members. A governor from another state will come to our state to dictate for us. We won't take that. We won't take that. And this is a message to everybody that we won't take this anymore. We are leaders of our party and we won't take this anymore. They came here to do what I can call a drama, and this will be the end of it.
While reacting to the governor's resignation, however, the speaker affirmed that the PDP lawmakers remain in the party.
He has done well, he's doing well, we are so proud of him, but we won't say because we love him, he shouldn't go ahead with his ambition. We wish him well, we wish him, and that's just the truth. But we are PDP.
But the lawmakers' visit to the election venue soon spiraled into fracas as 15 men were apprehended on the grounds of invasion, as the lawmaker representing Egbedun, Tajuddin Adeyemi, described them as thugs.
I think the report came in that there are some thugs that invaded a particular hotel, I think Adolak Hotel in Osogbo here, some thugs from Ibadan. So that's and so security men were sent there, and some of our officers also went there to see for themselves, and in the process, these were the people that were found at the venue of that.
Meanwhile, a representative of the group, Wakili Akinremi, denied being part of the PDP primary election, noting that they were park managers who came from Oyo State to vote for their chairman at the national level, but were apprehended while leaving a relaxation center, which is also the venue of the election process.
Because we are park managers. So, next thing, ni pe àwọn ọ̀gá wa kan pè wá láàárọ̀ pé ó yá ẹ wá lọ s'Òṣogbo ní zona office, so that you can go and vote for the chairman you want. Ìgbà tá wá débí, a kàn bára wa ní Dola Hotel yẹn, bàbá ní ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe fàájì díẹ̀. Adolak. Ìgbà tá dẹ̀ ṣe tán, bá a ṣe bọ́ta nìyẹn pé ká wọnú mọ́tò ká máa lọ. Lílọ tá lọ àti kónú mọ́tò rẹ̀ di ká tilẹ̀kùn pé driver start mọ́tò. Báwọn yẹn ṣe bọ̀m̀báàdì wa mọ́lẹ̀ yẹn. Kí ni tèmi pẹ̀lú primary nígbà mi ò ṣe olóṣèlú? Èmi ò ṣe òṣèlú náà. I'm a driver.
These controversies are part of the fallout of the leadership crisis rocking the PDP at the national level. In the coming days, Governor Adeleke is expected to announce his new party, a move that may shape the political landscape of the state. Toby Sanusi, Western Spring Television News.
Meanwhile, the Osun State Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Kolapo Alimi, has said Governor Ademola Adeleke will formally join a new political party before December 13, following his resignation from the People's Democratic Party. The governor had in a statement on Monday confirmed he submitted his resignation letter to the PDP executives in Sagbara, Bogunde, Ward 2, Edenorth local government on November 4. Speaking on River Fame's Front Talk in Osogbo this morning, Alimi said the resignation was the result of the prolonged internal crisis within the party. While appreciating the PDP in the state for their support, the commissioner urged residents to remain calm and continue supporting the governor. On the reasons for Adeleke's exit, the commissioner highlighted the internal PDP crisis at the national level as one of the main factors. She noted that the situation was particularly pressing with the governorship election approaching and the Independent National Electoral Commission nomination window closing. Addressing speculation that the oppositional Progressive Congress APC welcomed Adeleke's resignation, Alimi described the notion as false. And in Kogi State, Mohammed Gambo today formally assumed office of the state as the state chairman of the People's Democratic Party PDP in the state. This follows local Federal High Court ruling of November 10, which declared Gambo the duly elected PDP chairman after contested Congress and a series of legal battles. The assumption of office follows the receipt of the certified true copy of the judgment on Monday. Gambo was welcomed by a crowd of supporters and party leaders amidst chairs at the party's secretariat in Lokoja, the state capital. In his speech, the chairman affirmed Kogi as a PDP state and called for unity among members in order to win the 2027 elections. He pledged to reposition the party, recover lost ground, and bring back defectors. Gambo further highlighted a blueprint to transform the PDP into an unbeatable force in Kogi, promising an open-door policy, inclusivity, and relentless pursuit of development. And turning to the court, Justice Mohammed Umar of the Abuja Federal High Court has granted Omoyele Sowore bail on self-recognition, cautioning him to refrain from making any utterances that could incite the public against President Bola Tinubu. Sowore's bail followed his arraignment by the Department of State Services DSS before the court on a 5-count charge bordering on alleged cybercrime. In the 5-count charge, Sowore is accused of allegedly making derogatory remarks about President Tinubu on his social media handles. Sowore, who is the convener of the Revolution Now movement, pleaded not guilty to the charges after they were read to him. Earlier, his counsel, Marshal Abubakar, had raised a motion challenging the competence of the suit, arguing that the court lacked jurisdiction. The prosecution objected, stating that they had only just been served with the processes and needed time to respond. In the short ruling, Justice Umar held that the objection on jurisdiction was not ready for hearing because the prosecution was served that morning, adding that the defendant needed to give them adequate time to file a counter affidavit. And still to come, NERC says 700,000 electricity meters available for nationwide distribution. We will bring you more on these when we return. Stay with us.
Kiriji War, also known as Ekiti-Parapa War, was waged among Yoruba main ethnic groups which emerged from the ruins of the falling Oyo Empire that were desperate to replace the awesome powers hitherto wielded by the Alaafin of Oyo. The Kiriji War is defined as a conflict of confederacy and unitary political system championed by Yorubas of different socio-economic and political interests. The Ibadan military aristocrats felt they deserved a dominant position for saving Yoruba land from being totally submerged by the Fulanis by their victory in Osogbo War of 1840 and Ijaye War of 1862. Kiriji War, that took its name from the booming motor sounds of European arms, festered for so long because the Industrial Revolution in Europe provoked high standards of slaves. The 16-year Civil War also caused the emergence of new powerful kingdoms like Ibadan and the rise of powerful personalities like Oluyole, Ogunmola, Kuromi, Latosha, Shodeke, Fabumi, and Ogedengbe. One of the fallouts of Kiriji War was the birth of creative political and leadership structure in Yoruba land that was a blend of federalism and the autocratic monarchical system. Western Spring Television identifies Kiriji War as a watershed event.
You're welcome back. This is the news at 7 on Western Spring Television. A reminder of our headlines. President Tinubu nominates former CDS Christopher Musa as the new defense minister. Adebayo Adedamola emerges to Raki's fraction PDP candidate for Osun governorship election. A state leadership fault exercise. And court grants Omoyele Sowore bail, bars him from inciting the public against President Tinubu And on the foreign scene, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky says Russia President Putin can't lie forever. The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, has said that between 600,000 to 700,000 electricity meters are currently available for nationwide distribution. NEC Vice Chairman Dr. Musli Hussaini revealed these while delivering his opening address at the 4th NEC Stakeholders meeting in Abuja today, according to a statement posted on the Commission's X handle. The meeting marks Hussaini's final NEC Stakeholders session in his capacity as Vice Chairman. He challenged utility firms to improve publicity and roll out speed, noting that the government had already invested in procuring the meters. With the transition to State Electricity Regulatory Commission in full swing, Dr. Hussaini issued the stern warning to these schools regarding their cooperation with new state regulators. He further emphasized that no license is bigger than the regulator. Rich Taste Chicken has officially launched its new farmers market, Ojaoko, along Technical Road, Osun State. The event also marked the company's first anniversary, attracting key stakeholders in agribusiness, community leaders, and invited guests. Here is the report.
Rich Taste Chicken has taken a major step in strengthening Osun State's agricultural value chain with the launch of its new farmers market, also known as Ojaoko, along Technical Road in Osogbo. The expansion comes as the company marks its one-year anniversary, signaling a renewed commitment to local food production, agribusiness, and innovation. The event drew agribusiness experts, farmers, community leaders, and entrepreneurs who gathered to witness the unveiling of what the company describes as a hub for fresh produce and value-added farm goods. While delivering a lecture at the launch, Engineer Blessing Ajewole, an agribusiness economist and the CEO E2B Services Enterprise, highlighted the growing relevance of modern agricultural practices in today's economy. On his part, CEO of Feed the West Farmers Market in Ibadan, Dr. Taufik Ahmed, stressed the need for choosing strategic locations that drew customers beyond local boundaries, adding that the farmers market by Rich Taste Chicken will create access for both farmers and consumers.
And they are looking of way of selling their products. They might not be able to go to the those popular markets, but they might easily come here to to bring their products here. And Rich Taste, okay, I have 20 kg of tomato. Will you be able to offtake it? And I'm sure that the market is there for them, so they will surely offtake it. So here is a very privilege for all we that we are going into agribusiness, especially the vegetables farmers.
In terms of you're sure that you're getting a fresh produce directly from the source that you know, and there's no additive in the product. You're also sure that you're getting at the best rate, at the cheapest rate. Also for farmers, they are getting an assurance for a good market, which they will get value for their money, for their farm produce, what they've planted.
In his address, CEO of Rich Taste Chicken and Farmers Market, Mr. Felix Amosun, explained the motivation behind establishing the market, noting that it was a response to the feedback received from customers.
And many people know us for chicken, but as a business, you have to be dynamic and also to offer your audience a lot. Farmers markets come out from feedbacks that we are, getting from our customers. When they get here, they buy only chicken and they take another transport to the regular market. And some people can go to like 3-4 markets before getting what they want. So we want, that's why Rich Taste is opening this place to the farmers market to give our customers a platform whereby all ingredients they need in their kitchen, they can get it inside one basket. In here, if you want to do a stew, you need tomato, onions, pepper. We have it in abundance. You need another, as Yorubas, there is no way you have your stew, you don't have your ila, or you don't have your efo. So we have it here. So that means it's not only about protein alone. You understand? When you get your chicken, you get everything to make a complete meal.
Mr. Amosun also spoke about the benefits of the farmers market, including hygiene, fresh produce, accessible prices, and a reliable distribution point.
We work with hygiene here, and also concerning the pricing, we sell all our produce with a very small margin, so that when you go to the market, what you get in the market is more expensive than what you get here. So here you are sure of what you eat that is free of chemicals, is free of harmful substances, and is hygienically processed. You understand? and also you are getting a good deal. I mean, the pricing is also okay.
For farmers and community leaders like Chief Olumuyiwa Kolapo, the unveiling of the farmers' market by Rich Taste Chicken is a welcome development, with customers urged to patronize the business.
It's a great achievement the CEO Rich Taste had made today. Haven't opened this farmers' market. My advice for farmers is to make sure when they have their products, they should just bring them here. There is now opportunity for them to sell their products without any problem. Rich Taste will assist them.
The unveiling of the farmers' market by Rich Taste Chicken was attended by agribusiness experts, farmers, religious leaders, customers, and community leaders, including the Olu of Olorunshogo Kingdom and the Ajeneju of Hallelujah in Osun State.
Now on the foreign scene, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky